following us since the very beginning of Future.com, but I've never really taken the time to share with you my story, and I thought that this video could be the perfect occasion. So as you guys might know, I was born in Minsk in Belarus and lived there until I was 4.5 years old. I grew up as an only child. I didn't have any brothers, any sisters, so I was a really independent kid. I loved going to school because it was an occasion for me to make some new friends, and I had a lot of hobbies like acting, singing, or dancing. Right after that, we moved to Kentucky in the United States with my parents. That's where I lived for the 2 next years. I thought at first that it would be really hard for me as a kid from Belarus to adapt myself, but actually I made some friends and learned English very quickly. Sometimes I wish that we would have stayed there, but Switzerland was waiting for us. When I turned 7, my parents decided to move to Switzerland. I must admit that as a child, I wasn't really excited about this news. I thought that I will have to make new friends, adapt in a new school again. I wasn't really happy about this. But as kids learn new languages so quickly, in just a couple of months I learned French, and so I made new friends. And after all, growing up in Switzerland was pretty nice. You got really beautiful nature and the security was really good as well. However, high school was a completely different story. That's when things really started to change for me. It's in high school that I met my boyfriend James, and he made me realize how important it was to believe in myself and to experience a little bit in fashion. So I started to do some modeling. Of course, it wasn't serious modeling. I was simply doing some photo shootings and I had a lot of fun. Also, I decided to take part in the Miss Switzerland contest, which was kind of a big deal for me. James introduced me to the digital world. He showed me some interesting websites and especially some interesting fashion communities like lookbook.nu or Blogger. And that is how I created Kature. So most of you guys think that I was the one who came up with the idea of Kature, when actually it was really the idea of both James and I. Since then, we started to work on the blog really seriously. And I must admit that sometimes, with school and university, since James was going to university, it was a little bit difficult to find a good balance and find the time especially to create content and to create pictures. We were so passionate and so dedicated that we tried to find time whenever we had time. On weekends or even after school, we went and we shot many pictures and many looks at the same time. The blog grew up so quickly because of the quality content that we provided and because we were really regular that we received more and more job opportunities and started to work with labels that we really loved. I had to have the speech with my parents because it was the end of my high school years and I had to start to think about going to university. Since the blog was growing up so quickly, I had to think about considering it as a job and actually thinking about taking a year off in order to work really seriously on Kature. So as you guys know, deciding to take a year off was the best solution for us as we had so many interesting projects that we wanted to develop throughout this year and a lot of great job opportunities with labels that we loved. Right now I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I have to decide whether I should go on with Kature for another year or 2 or maybe 3 or 5 or going to university. I've always loved studying and I always thought that at some point I would go to university, but I feel like it's never too late. You can always go back and study when you feel like you have to. Right now I feel like it's much more important for us to go on and really build up a strong name in the fashion industry, and I feel like Kature brings us so many great experiences and opportunities that we absolutely shouldn't say no to this. It's also a lot of hard work, and since we found a really good rhythm, I think that we should definitely keep on going and trying to grow as much as possible. just feel free to let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon on Teacher.com.